Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's Vin PF, and on today's episode we're going back to Kentucky for another bourbon. This time we've got the Eagle Rare 10-year-old, brought to us by the geniuses at Buffalo Trace. I picked this up in the UK. It's a 45%er, and it was I think I got it on deal for about 30 odd pounds, but it's usually roughly between 35 and 40 pounds in the UK. I think it goes for about $30 in America, which is a bit of a steal, and at that price, highly recommended. But I'm going to go with it at the price I paid and see how that all fits in together. Oddly, it doesn't say it on the front, but it is aged to 10 years. It does say it on the back. This funky black label that you can actually see the front writing. The front writing is actually white, but it's it's aged 10 years, sent across from America for me to enjoy. I picked this up because I really like Buffalo Trace products. I've covered a couple before. In fact, I've covered what I think this is, but aged younger, and that's the standard Buffalo Trace. That's one of my really early reviews actually. Not recommended viewing, but if you want a laugh, click up there. Onto this itself. So, Eagle Rare Buffalo Trace. It's their standard Eagle Rare release. They do a special one as part of the antique collection every year. Unfortunately, not covered that on the channel yet, but I would love to get samples of it. I do stay out of those kind of rush special releases because it's just expensive, and maybe I'll get some samples of it at some point anyway, but from friends and things. But let's check this one out on the nose and see where we go with it. Now it's supposed to be, the mash bill's a bit of a secret, a kind of intentional secret, which is a bit odd because as part of the BTAC they kind of release their, not necessarily the mash bills, but they let you know what's gone into it, not the percentages, but what has gone into it. This is supposed to be their kind of mysterious mash bill number 1 though, which is a low rye, so it's meant to be like 10% or less rye. High corn, not sure what the rest is made up, probably malted barley, but we'll see. So it's sweet on the nose, but for me there's loads of dark fruits, things like cherries and stuff like that. Oddly, I get some marzipan. I get that quite a lot on bourbon. And some clove spices, things like that. It's quite spicy. Let's try palate. Oh, it's one of those nice thick viscous bourbons that you can really chew on. The nose translates quite cleanly to the palate. A little bit of extra oak, but on the finish, which is kind of like medium-y, longy, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's really nice kind of cherry flavour on it, on the tongue. It's really quite nice. Yeah, I actually really like this bourbon. It was one of those bourbons though that when I opened it, got it home, popped the cork straight away and tried a dram and was a bit disappointed to start with. And this has happened a few times with me with bourbons. Very rarely do I kind of click with them on first step. They're normally the heavily wheated ones. They're the ones that I kind of try and like, yes, I like that immediately. So I drank a few drams out of it, a bit disappointed, thought, I can't really review that. And as I was drinking it, as you can see I'm down here now, I got to sort of about 2/3 halfway down, and I'd left it for a couple of months, and it just changed to me. And this happens a few times. So I would heavily recommend that if you're, especially if you're into your bourbons, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, and you try one that you're not sure about, you think, I didn't like that. But a good example that happened to me was the Bullet bourbon, nice and cheap. Didn't click with that right away. Was recommended by a friend, and I was a bit disappointed. But as it went down, it started to open up to me, and I started to enjoy it a lot more. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm getting to the bottom of the bottle and feeling a little bit sad about it. Might buy another bottle of it, but with the reviews, it's difficult to do so. I like to keep buying new things all the time. Very rarely do I rebuy anymore, unfortunately. But a nice solid dram in the UK. I think if I could get this for the price that the Americans pay for it, I'd be laughing. This would be a mainstay for my my cabinet all the time. I just hope they can maintain the age statement for it. Thanks for joining me for that little review of Eagle Rare. Let me know in the comments what you thought, what you think I should try next.